another review here on my channel. So I'm going to look at Dragon Blade. Yes indeed. It's actually a historical action movie based in China. Because it's a Chinese movie, Chinese, Hong Kong produced movie. Actually produced by Jackie Chan, which is the main star in this movie as well. And it is based on a true story according to the movie. Fine. Let's just jump right into it. Dragon Blade is essentially starts with a group of scientists trying to find a hidden city, a hidden Roman city called Rigum. Two of them find it and essentially use a technology type thing that essentially do a self-virtualization of the city rebuilt, and after that they start to tell the story essentially on how the city were essentially created and founded essentially. And there you meet the character of Hu Han, played by Jackie Chan, one of the few names I actually remember in this movie. And he is the leader of the protection squad essentially of the Silk Road, which is between 36 nations that essentially is in war with each other. Essentially, each of them wants to take over the Silk Road and take over the other nations, essentially to become the strongest nation. And each of these nations have a different clothing and everything, but for most part they doesn't do that much in the movie until some specific parts I will not really talk that much about. Then we see the protection squad being accused for smuggling gold, because they are sent to a working place or work camp essentially. There they try to rebuild a fort or city. I can't remember what it's called, but essentially it is essentially a rebuilding project essentially. There are one of two Roman armies start to attack the fort. They are in need of food and water and are essentially exhausted and can't really continue, so they decide to attack this fort. And at first they seem to succeed, but then Hu Han challenges the leader, played by John Cusack, and yeah, then we find out that he is essentially escorting a young emperor to be emperor, child emperor essentially. And there we have the second storyline essentially. It is essentially 2 or 3 big storylines essentially merging together. The one with the Silky Road, the one with the Roman Empire, and the one with the rebuilding of this city essentially. After Hu Han essentially, you could say, beat John Cusack's character, they invite them in because of a sandstorm. Yeah. They become friends, they rebuild the city, but then we see they will tell some backstories on how they ended up there, etc. And there we find out who the main villain is essentially. It is Adrian Brody's character essentially. And yeah, that is essentially the main storyline. For the most part, it is, on paper it is a really interesting storyline in my opinion, but in the movie it doesn't really work. It feels a little bit confusing when you're trying to watch it because of all these 3 essentially storylines trying to merge with each other, but they don't really fit together in my opinion. The Silk Road thing should have been its own movie, this Roman Empire story should have been its own, and of course this, the rebuilding of the city should have also been its own. But it seems like it's 3 smaller storylines trying to become one big, which in my opinion doesn't work and makes it confusing, and make me feel a little bit uninterested in the storyline. And for the most part, that is throughout the entire movie, in my opinion, the same feeling I have. The characters in the movies goes from mediocre to okay and from bad to mediocre, essentially. The best characters are played by Jackie Chan and John Cusack. Arya Broder also does a decent job, but for most of it he is just an overacted character in my opinion. All of the other characters try to be funny, and sometimes it is just weird how they try to make us feel for this character that we don't really know that much about, and don't give us that much character development essentially. Even though it is based on a true story and etc, and they maybe didn't have that much story in this true storyline, they should have made it more interesting. They should have made the characters more interesting either way, in my opinion. When only the three main characters are the ones that stands out, it isn't that good because, well, they should carry the movie, but for the most part, the side characters as well need to do something to make it interesting, in my opinion. The environments in this movie is amazing. You will see Roman cities, you will see Chinese architecture, you will see different type of landscapes, and it is beautiful and interesting to watch. So that is one big interesting part that this movie actually gives you, in my opinion. The action sequences is a little bit, they can be amazing sometimes, and sometimes they're just boring. For most parts, I really like the action sequences because they really gives you the meat of the movie. It is what you want to watch. It is the reason you want to really watch this movie. But for the most part, it isn't. For some moments, it isn't that interesting because one of the main reasons being the slow motion, which we will talk in the next topic. Editing in this movie are a little bit confusing and mediocre at best, and for the most part it is bad. Why I say that is mainly because of the weird use of slow motion for some parts of the movie that I don't really understand why they use, because sometimes it just feels like the movie is trying to move forward but it's hacking or it doesn't really work. And some parts we have flashbacks, real flashbacks sometimes with new scenes that I like, but sometimes we have flashbacks to scenes that we have already seen and they don't really make sense to the storyline, why they show these scenes, in my opinion. I don't know why they use it. It is just feels like they wanted to pad the movie a little bit further, in my opinion, and that is just bad, in my opinion. But it has some great editing when it comes to the camera work. Camera work maybe isn't part of the editing, but camera work makes some of the scenes really interesting, and putting those together sometimes makes me more interested. But for the most part, it just feels like a mediocre experience when it comes to editing. The music is okay. That is all I can say, really. It is okay. You can't really blame it for being bad or good. It is just an okay music. One scene you will see I can actually sing, and it is okay. He can actually sing for the most part. But as I said, these songs are just okay. They aren't really rememberable. They just are. It's just there in order to make it more fleshed out, the movie, and make it feel a little bit better when you watch it. But otherwise, it's just okay, in my opinion. I don't understand the name of this movie. Unless this is a big bad thing, in my opinion. Why Dragon Blade? I may have missed it, but I don't know why they chose to call it Dragon Blade. I've seen blades in this movie, but none of them I don't think were called Dragon Blade. So I don't really know about this name. Yes, I know it's just a title of this movie, but why just Dragon Blade? Dragon Blade, for the most part, is a mediocre movie. It doesn't give you a good storyline, even if it's based on a true story. It doesn't really work, in my opinion. The characters are goes from bad to okay for the most part, and the best characters are just the two main characters, Jackie Chan, played by Jackie Chan, and John Cusack. The music works and the environments are amazing, but for the most part this movie doesn't feel that great, it doesn't look that great, the editing is just bad, and I don't know what to say about this movie. As I said, because of the music being okay, and because of the action sequences and some camera work actually being amazing, and the Jackie Chan and John Cusack actually being decent actors, this movie we get a final verdict of 3.2 out of 10. That's all for today, folks. Hope to see you next time.